Hey Scorpio, this is your general tarot reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Rising sign for the month of March. Scorpio, let's do what we always do. We're going to shuffle the cards and wait on all the right ones to come out for you, my love. And in the meantime, let's talk about the energy that you may feel throughout the month. So, this is going to be a fun month for you, Scorpio. It's going to be good, where you're going to get back in touch with doing the things that give you great pleasure. And separating yourself a little bit from the crowd to do that, because we're leaving February behind, still feeling a little bit of the effect of the full moon that happened for you in the 11th house, where maybe you were called upon to help a group of people, help your friends, doing something on the internet, on social media, where you needed to be creative, where you needed to step in maybe and help out with something. And in some way, shape or form, it kind of spurred you on. You liked it, but yet at the same time, you felt, I don't need to do that anymore. It's almost like a group of people inspired you, but now you want to come away from the group and you just want to get creative on your own. You want to focus on expanding that creativity. Yeah, in some cases, if you felt that your voice was getting a little bit lost within a crowd of people, a group of people, getting lost in a team and work, for example, or within your friends, there's a moment of you saying, I just need to step away from that for a moment and give some more attention to doing things that make me personally happy. You know, even if it's something as simple as all your friends do things a certain way, or they always want to go to the same bars, venues, clubs, whatever it is that they always want to do, it's fine. But you're saying this month, I want to do something a little bit more individual. I want to do a bit of something that is more my taste, my style, rather than just going along with what my friends or other people want to do. I want to put a personal stamp on this month. It's my month. It's my month to be happy, and I'm going to do it my way. So what you could be doing, Scorpio, is stimulating your mind and getting a great sense of fun from going back and rooting out some old hobby that you used to love doing. It can be anything at all, something that stimulates your mind but that you also get lost in, that you can just spend hours and hours having fun doing that. We have Mercury retrograding this month. I know, Mercury retrograde. Yeah, he's starting to retrograde around March 5th, and he goes back direct on March, say, 28th or so. And it's not a time for starting anything, signing any new contracts, you know, getting a new utility bill or signing up for something. Not a great time for any of that. Instead, it's great for you, Scorpio. It's just about doing what you have to do, the bare minimum, do nothing more than that, and use every bit of extra time you have to create, to just absorb yourself in whatever your hobby is, whatever your favorite music is, going to your favorite restaurant, just indulging a little bit and feeling energized by doing that. You know, 5th house with the Sun and Mercury this month in the 5th house, Mercury retrograding in the 5th house, about going back to rediscover your old passions, for example. It could be a thing where you go back and rediscover what it means to be romanced, what it means to be passionate about somebody. You know, if you're in a relationship, it could be a real moment where you want to get creative romantically. Make, you know, nice meals or do something nice together that just has that little element of romance about it, you know, whatever. For those of you who are single, this could be a real month where you find new romance, because we have the new moon in Pisces on March 6th in this 5th house, saying, go out there, Scorpio, single or not, whatever, just go out there and expand more upon this whole concept of falling in love with somebody or something, and just flow from the heart, be passionate this month, essentially. Find love if you're single, if that's what you want. Encourage creative spaces for you and your partner if that's what you want, but just make it happen. Make it a good one, and make yourself smile, because You're probably one of the only signs this month who has this real nice energy going on. Yeah, that you're enjoying Pisces season, retrograde or no retrograde, you'll still be in it. Now, for those of you with children, it could be a real month where you're reconnecting on a really nice soul level with your children, spending time doing fun things with them, giving them time, and kind of coming down a little bit to their level too, no matter what age they are. Just come to their level and do something fun together. Go out, go to the cinema together, just do something and laugh with each other and make it all a little bit lighter. There may, for some of you, be something that your children present to you, or child, that you have to go back and rethink how to handle this situation. For example, they could come to you at the last minute and say, you know, tomorrow I have this big school project that I need to be done or whatever. And you're saying, what? I have one day to create all of this. But because you're in this creative zone, you and they can get something really moving together. But digging up old projects that you loved, that made you happy, is a really nice thing. Some of you could be rooting out an old love, the one that got away. They could make an appearance again in your life. Who knows? They're all possibilities, Scorpio. It's because your heart is beaming this month that you'll be attracting all kinds of nice things. As long as you stay in that groove, you know, fall into that pleasurable groove, and all the good things may come to you. Now, there's a big thing happening also this month, March 6th. Uranus, after spending 7 or so years in Aries, is moving into Taurus, and he'll stay there for roughly 7 years. And he's moving into your 7th house. Now, Uranus is the big game changer. He wants everybody to be up to date. He wants everybody to radically change everything, to stop going with the kind of norm and start changing something up. Get yourself unstuck from a routine, from a pattern, from a way of thinking, and think differently and do things differently. He's a revolutionary, and he's coming into your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, and you're saying, that doesn't sound good. That can't be good. A big revolutionary coming in to my relationship? How do I tell them they're not invited? How do I tell them they're not welcome? I'm fine as I am. I don't need any crazy, zany, weird person coming in to interrupt what I've going on here. Well, he's somebody that probably wouldn't even read the letter that you kind of plastered all over your door saying, do not enter Uranus. He would just walk right in. He doesn't kind of conform in any way to any rules or regulations. And what he's going to do, essentially, Scorpio, over the next 7 years, it may not begin this month for you, you may not feel it, it'll take a while. But he wants you to radically rethink your whole approach to relationships. And he might start throwing people your direction to challenge you and how you perceive relationships. You might say, well, I like my style of being a partner. I like to be this way and that way, and I believe relationships only work this way. I've tried it, I've tested it. There's only one way to do a good relationship, a healthy relationship, and that's the way I'm sticking to it. He will throw people on your path that will force you to rethink all of that. And he will force you to, in a weird and quirky and possibly even strange, odd way, just again, to get you to examine what you see about a relationship. What is a good relationship for you now? What is a healthy relationship? What is a progressive relationship? He wants you in the future. He wants you to arrive at a point within the next 7 years to be in your dream relationship. And sometimes that might mean changing the current relationship you have. Sometimes, so not always, but certainly what it just means that the way you see relationships now between you, your partner, relationships in general, business partners, how other people affect you also, it'll change. Maybe by the end of this transit, after 7 years, you arrive at that point, you know, those people who are just not bothered at all by how other people judge them or see them. You know, there'll be no sensitivity, there'll be no kind of, I can't believe they said that, or I can't believe they think of me like that, I can't believe they're trying to provoke me into a reaction. By the end of this transit, they can do or say what they want, whoever wants to point fingers at you, and you'll say, I really don't care. I don't care. Say what you want, it's water off a duck's back. So this is a gift, Scorpio. It's a gift in disguise. I know it doesn't sound like one, but it is. And it will have its challenges, but you'll be able to cope. I trust you will, because you're able to see the heart of something. That's what you're good at. And if you get from the very beginning into this zone of understanding that your whole concept of relationships will be changing, then it'll be an easier ride for you, Scorpio. Definitely. Now, March 20th, not one card. Come on, cards. What's going on? March 20th, Sun goes into Aries, and very quickly after that, the full moon in Libra. So you'll be taking charge of your health. It's almost a moment around 20th of March where you'll be saying, it's my responsibility, it's my job to get out there and take care of my health, to take care of my anxiety, to take care of my workspace, to take care of my day-to-day routines, to work smarter rather than harder, to get everything I need to make my day flow better. Organize myself a little bit better so that I'm not pulled and dragged everywhere, so it's not affecting my health in some way. So that's a very positive thing. Your health will improve with some way of organizing your life better and organizing your approach to health better too. Chiron in Aries helping that whole situation out with you there. And the full moon in Libra, this could be a real moment too, wherever there was any real shady, weird, uncomfortable business between you and another person or other people. It could be a real moment where it's all forgiven and brought back into balance, where there's an element of compassion and justice being brought to something by March 20th. Something is brought back into line as your first card comes out. And you'll be able to finally let go of some imbalance, some unfairness, some injustice that might have slowly crept up over the last while. It's just the element of feeling back in a state of balance. Now, the 12th house is quite a spiritual house. It's quite a psychic house. It's a deep, deep psychological house. And for a great many of you, it could mark a wonderful time where you feel back in some sense of spiritual equilibrium. That you understand the give and take. You understand why it's such a bad idea to be giving too much to something and not allowing some proper flow of return happen. So there is a wonderful moment of a very deep and profound balance being brought back, and being able to forgive yourself too. You know, being able to forgive yourself for any strange things that might have happened up until now, weird things that you couldn't understand. Again, it's just a balance is being brought back here, Scorpio, that seems to be very, very nice. Now, we start the month with Venus in Aquarius. Venus out there loving unusual people, loving strange ideas, quirky things, in the 4th house of the home. And throughout this month, it might be really nice for you to invite some really nice people back to your home, people that you love, people that you trust, people that you can have a bit of good fun with, that you don't have to try very hard with them. Do you know that way? It's almost like if I invite this person, I'm pretty much guaranteed that we can root out, dig out an old game, the karaoke machine or something, and just have fun and talk about old times. Nothing serious, nothing heavy, just something fun. Okay, so a bunch of cards came out there talking about justice there a few moments ago. The Hanged Man. Yeah, I see justice in the cards. Yeah. some unfairness. You've been dealing with some unfairness, somebody not being, I don't know, pulling their weight, helping out, you carrying the load maybe. 2 more cards, Scorpio. But I was just saying that it's a good time to do something pleasurable at home. But again, a bit like last month, do something maybe with friends that is very calm. But it's fun. Fun but calm, fun but not going wild. So that's why a nice dinner at home with real friends could be just the ticket. Now for some of you, Venus in the 4th house probably wants to spend a few coin on doing up your home. Now I will say this, it's really not a good idea to be spending money on anything during Mercury retrograde season. This is a good month where you could say, okay, some changes need to happen at home. I need to maybe redesign a few things. I could move things around, or I could organize different areas to be, whatever you want to do. Think about it. Create your ideas this month, but wait until April, until you actually spend money on doing anything within the house. Please, please, please. I don't want you to regret any money being spent in that area this month. But also, Venus probably also wants to spend some time in indulging at home, indulging in good food, indulging in nice candles, nice scents, nice baths, things like that. She just wants to indulge at home privately. Nice movies, nice music. So again, you're being spoiled, I think, again this month, Scorpio. You've been taken care of because there's good energy for you here. Not all the signs are feeling this nice energy. Trust me, they're not. So I think that you're being a little bit spoiled by the cosmos this month. So get into it and keep feeling that, and encourage more of it. Because the new moon in Pisces in the 5th house is asking you to open this up, bring more magic to it, encourage more heart space, love space, romance space, passion space. Yeah. At the very end of the month, March 26th, Venus goes into Pisces in the 5th house, doing more fun and pleasurable things. It's really nice. Again, for the singles, this could be a real moment where you find love and romance. And for those coupled up, love and romance finds you maybe again this month at home. So it's very nice. At the very end of the month, Mars moves out of Taurus. That was in your 7th house of partnerships. So there could have been a bit of friction between you and your partner. Or somebody else, somebody that you work one-on-one with. Could have been a bit of, and a bit of demanding that they are more stable, more secure, maybe even financially. Demanding that they are where they are when they say they'll be there. You know, will you be there at 1 o'clock? Yes, I'll be there. And then they don't turn up until 3 o'clock. And you're saying, I can't. No, this shit is just going to annoy me this month. You've got to do what you say you're going to do. And if you say something, you've got to do it. Otherwise, you're going to bring out the Mars in me. Bring out the one who wants to go absolutely apeshit. So, in another way too, this is passion. There could be a lot of good passion, love, romance, passion. This is a bit of a dream month if you stay within that energy and don't let anything outside of you distract you negatively. So by the end of the month, Mars goes into Gemini, into the 8th house, and it changes energy there, but we'll maybe talk about that next month. Now we're waiting on 2 cards. So come on, Scorpio, for this month where you seem to be kind of spoiled. 1 card, yeah. Bringing balance. Balance, justice. These are the 2 big things here. 1 more card. If it doesn't come soon, Scorpio, I will choose it. Okay, so I'll choose it. So, Mars and Aquarius style energy. Okay, so let's do this, Scorpio. Let's go over to your general overview. So, we begin with you doing what Venus wants to do on March 1st, being in the 4th house, staying at home. and being maybe with your partner. Mars in the 7th house, very Libra card here. Maybe staying at home with a Libra sun, moon or ascendant and enjoying love and pleasure and romance with them, perhaps. But I think you're getting it, Scorpio. I think because you're intuitive, you understand that this is not a time to be spending money. This is not a time to be expanding. It's not a time to be growing this month. Instead, it's a time to be holding on to a few of your coins, but also to be withholding your energy a little bit from people who might want to descend upon you a little bit with their problems or with their issues or something. And you're saying, this door is closed. I'm keeping myself to myself. I'm being private this month. And maybe some of you are being private to a Libra, kind of pulling away a little bit from a Libra temporarily, to do your own thing, to have your own space, to create, to be fun, to re-engage with something nice. So pulling away, withdrawing your energy, maybe from a Libra, but also maybe from a situation that you feel has some imbalance around it, or maybe some bad karma about it. It's almost the energy of, I don't want to get involved with that because that situation seems unfair. That bad vibes are going to bring bad karma, and I don't want to be part of that. So you could be experiencing that with somebody around you, backing off a little bit because you're saying, you made that mess or you brought that on yourself. Don't bring that to my door, back off. I don't want to know, because I don't want like some bad vibes to come from something, because karma will come back to you. Whoever this person is, you're saying, keep up with that shit and karma's going to come and bite you. So it's like, I'm not getting involved. Instead, I'm standing back and watching karma play out. Something that was wrong is being made right here. Something that was personally unfair to you, where you may have even felt under attack a little bit, is now being made right. And again, I like that, Scorpio, that at least you're tuned into that intuition of backing off before somebody embroils you in some mess, or maybe even wants to embroil you in something that's a little bit illegal. A little bit illegal, is that possible? It either is or it isn't. But something that you think, oh no, that's a bad move, that's going to have repercussions. So you're backing off from that. So that's good. And it could be a moment as we enter the month, Scorpio, where you are seeing karma come back a little bit to other people. And you're then kind of saying, I'm glad I backed away the hell from that person. I'm glad I backed off from that. I'm glad I removed myself from that group environment or those certain friends, because I just didn't get a right feeling from it. And I think I was right to do that. So good for you, Scorpio, and your Scorpio spidey senses. Because here we have the energy of you spending this month getting more wisdom, tuning into your family tree, tuning into your ancestors. Now, Venus in the 4th house this month will be getting a lot of pleasure from reconnecting in a loving way with the ancestors, with the spirits, with those who have passed on before us, because you know that there's something of great value and worth in there. You know that there is something valuable in the wisdom of your ancestors, and you're willing to sacrifice some time, effort, space in order to reconnect with the love, perhaps, of some people that you would have considered as being very, very wise, the wise ones in your family. And they seem to lend you this wisdom that you need to get through some tricky situation. Again, we have a 7 card, a Venus card. Love from the ancestors, love from your elders, love from the spirit that's coming in again from last month is open. It's almost like enlightening you on some situation between you and other people where you had to constantly fend them off. Yeah, you're getting clued in, you're getting insights, you're being told intuitively by whoever it is that you would consider a loving presence in your life. They're showing you how to defend yourself against some criticism, somebody who is maybe constantly coming at you, somebody who is trying to tell you that you're wrong, somebody who forces you to say, but I'm not wrong, I'm right. But why are you asking me that? Why are you challenging me? Why are you poking and prodding at me? Why are you doing that? I'm right. And you seem to get more confidence or more backup from these ancestors this month, or from wise people to help you through some struggle, Scorpio, where you are able to stand up and defend with passion the reasons why you do X, Y, and Z, the reasons why you are in a certain relationship, the reasons why you find yourself in this situation. Now, for some of you, because Mars has been in the 7th house for you up until for the whole of this month, there could be a real eye-opening moment for you about how and why you fight at times with your partner. There could be a real moment where you just have to sacrifice something a little bit so that the fights stop. Now, don't sacrifice what's morally right to you. Don't sacrifice what's true for you. But some other things might need to be sacrificed. There may need to be a little bit more give and take here, that between you and somebody, that it's not always ending up in a position of fighting or, getting into, well, that's my opinion and I'm getting the last word a little bit, There's a way through this. There's a fairer way that seems to be coming here, Scorpio, to get through some arguments that have been happening. And again, King Solomon energy here, the King of Swords, using fairness is everything here. Taking your emotions out of some situation a little bit and seeing some issue clearly, with the mind, with logic, with fair judgment, seems to help you out a lot. And this is the card of being defended. I always find this the guardian card, defended by the cosmos, defended by our guides, our ancestors. That's twice now that's come up. Being defended, you have the King and Queen of Swords here, and this is real bookend energy of saying, thou shalt not pass. You're beginning the month saying, this situation, I'm not going to let it get in on me. And you are now being protected fairly. Justice. Scorpio, I get the sense with these cards that somebody is being very unfair with you and you do feel under attack. But the issue here seems to be that you're right, but you could be getting attacked by more than one person, a group of people, and you're defending yourself, but it seems to be an endless thing. It's like you're right, but nobody wants to listen. And there's an element of now, as we go into the month, of saying, I don't want to fight anymore, because this is getting even too weird for me. I need to put some balance. This needs to be fixed. So there's a kind of a mind shift here of going back and finding the right words to handle this situation, finding the right way to express yourself so that you're clearly understood, finding the right words that absolutely hit the target so that it doesn't get all kind of lost in mood and feeling. Particularly for those of you in a relationship, even a business relationship, something has to be made clear here. because there is something unfair. You've seen it, you've spotted it, you've brought it up, and you were more or less told to mind your own business. But something is changing, you're pulling back, and instead the two big heavyweights are coming in to defend you. You might find that you have allies on your side this month. Allies. Maybe a Uranus going into the 7th house might suddenly surprise you by bringing in new people into your life who might act as an ally. And I'll say this for some of you, you might find that you need a very wise person, an ally, maybe even a legal person to help you with some real trickery going on here, Scorpio. Something that's gone way out of hand for some of you, whatever level of shape or form or degree that's at. Just know that as you pull back and trust your heart and not encourage more inflammatory words, then it seems to get better. But if you do find yourself at a position where you need to speak to a professional, a legal professional, an accountant, or somebody over a money situation, over a business situation, over a relationship situation, then please do take that time, maybe this month, to go back and have that conversation, Scorpio, because you need to be organized. We have the Sun in Aries on March 20th in the 6th house, of shining a light on maybe people who are subtle adversaries, people who chip away, but they're doing wrong to you, but you can't quite prove it. And so the Sun is coming in to heal that. And then followed very quickly by the full moon, who ends 12th house issues of somebody being extremely shady or somebody coming out of the shadows to cause harm. I do not want you to be afraid when I say stuff like that. It doesn't have to be very melodramatic, but it's a subtle energy where you feel, I get it, you feel that there's a mood that somebody is throwing little arrows at you from behind a curtain, and you know it, but you can't prove it. But it seems this is a month where you use wisdom, fairness, logic, even the legal system, to prove that you were not going crazy, that this was actually happening. This is a month where you need clarity. You need to cut through some bullshit once and for all. Cut through a situation. Cut through any murkiness, messiness, lies, deceit. Cut through any nebulous energy, any smoke and mirrors kind of vibe, any fog. It's laser beam to cut right through that. And you have the power to do that, Scorpio. It's a subtle, I would even say a subtle degrading in some way, shape or form that will not be tolerated by either you or the cosmos anymore. It'll be fixed this month. And then what happens? You're healed. Sun in the 6th house, March 20th, healed. The situation is healed. Full moon in Libra, brought back to fairness, brought back to balance. So that's good. I'm happy about that, Scorpio. But on another note, when it's healed, you will move on. So that's good. But on another note, for some of you, there could be a surprising new love with the movement of Uranus and all the energy in the 5th house. New love could come calling. New love, new shocking, surprising love. Even for those of you in a relationship, your head might be turned and it might be a very confusing, weird moment. I mean, you're in a solid relationship, fine. But this could be a real test where somebody really could want to sweep you off your feet this month. And it might make you look at your current relationship and say, is it time? Is it time for a change? Now that's only if it's not working out, if the love is dead. But this could be a real moment of new love coming. And you absolutely want to run with it. This is like Sun and Aquarius energy. You've strong Aquarius energy going on. Okay, Venus is in Aquarius, I see it, right? So, Sun, being healed by new love. Venus wants to heal you with new love. Maybe somebody that feels familiar to you. You know, the moment you meet them, there's a quality of, I know you. I never met you before, but I recognize you. I see your soul. I see something secure and comfortable and deep and, like I said, familiar. And it might shock you that you resonate so quickly with this person on this level. And it also might shock you that you'll be very quick to go with it. That all caution might be thrown to the wind here, Scorpio. Because when love comes and when it feels right, why wouldn't you run with it? Now, towards the end of the month, you are being very analytical. Sun in Aries in the 6th house. Chiron also there in the 6th house. Uranus moving out of the 6th house. So, excuse me, it's almost like a last moment towards the end of March where you are examining a bunch of stuff. You're examining your relationships, you're examining your health, you're examining how you go about this world in general, how you go about the work that you do in general. And you're holding a big light up and just saying, am I not seeing something here? What am I not seeing? What am I missing? This time before March ends, I am going to understand exactly what I didn't see before, what I was blind to before. And one of those things seems to be money and investments. Maybe when you look at your workspace this month and really examine it, you might say, is this a place I want to stay in? Is it helping me grow? Or is it holding me back? What good can come of staying in this place? Should I start pushing myself forward more for promotion? Should I move to a different sector? Should I move to a different office but stay within the umbrella company? Or should I do something that is just something where I can see myself flourishing and growing, that there's room for maneuver, room to get unstuck? This is the card of investing. Investing in something could be an option. Don't do it now, though. We have Mars going into Gemini on March 31st into the 8th house of investing. Venus in Pisces, maybe on March 26th, maybe wanting to invest some money that you've saved into something that's fun. And I would just say, just think about it this month. Don't hand over coins this month to anything if you can absolutely help it. Wait until we're well into April before you really change something up about your work, change something up about investments, your money, your banking, changing something. Just avoid that. But what I recognize here, Scorpio, is that by the end of the month, you do want more balance and more stability brought in to your whole world, but certainly your financial situation. It's like you want to increase your money. Now, who doesn't? Okay, everybody wants to increase their money. But you're saying, I have an idea. I can invest a little to double my money. But again, if you're thinking of something this month, Scorpio, then use this time to be creative. Use this time to explore, examine. But like I said to you, not a great time for changing anything up. Okay? Particularly if somebody wants you to invest in some fun thing, some event, wait, just wait. The only thing that you may be called to invest in this month is something to do with your children. For those of you with children, of course, you should always help there if it's a necessity. But if your children come back and say, you know, the school wants to, every household to invest X, Y, or Z, this is not the month to do it. Don't be giving out money this month. Now, this is an interesting card for your final outcome. This is Mars and Aquarius style energy, where there has to be a big showdown. There has to be one last battle. And I don't know why, but I think it's between you and somebody that you're very close to. Your partner, somebody that you work very closely with. And it's another mind energy, not allowing them to make you lose your mind. Instead, you have to put your foot down and in some cases be a little severe. You see, Scorpio, there may have been a moment where you were going home and seething about some situation, about some person. You were losing your shit at home, but may have felt unable to find the right words to tackle them head on and put this to rest once and for all. But you're slowly going through the month, so it seems, getting the right allies, finding the right solutions to this problem, and maybe even seeking professional counsel for this problem. Because by the end of the month, you're ready to go in for some big last showdown, so that you are not on the losing end of somebody's strange ideas about something. Somebody's not thinking clearly, but they're not listening to you when you tell them. But there has to be a kind of last push. Because maybe it's they who want you to invest. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe you want to invest more time, energy, or effort into a relationship or into something, maybe even money into something, but you're not willing to do it unless they see things differently. And you have to, it seems, at the end of the month, push your agenda hard to make it happen. The only warning with this card is not to go into overkill. That's what can happen with this card. Be fair, be balanced, be just, be clear-minded. And in doing that, maybe you won't get into that overkill kind of rage at the end, where what you have to say will be heard, understood, and will be the last and final word. So that's kind of interesting. So it's a nice month for you, Scorpio, but there is a lot going on. And I do believe that by the end of the month that you will find the courage or the strength to say whatever this thing is and to have it out once and for all. So good on you, Scorpio. My love, I'm going to leave it at that, but you know what to do by now. If you want to dig deeper into any of these situations, then you come along to the VIMEO readings, the deep read, all linked down there below. We go into issues to do with relationships, yes, issues for those of you who are looking for this new love this month in March. We look at what's going on for the singles. We look at career, money, family, friends, and other things that might crop up. And we'll dig deeper, of course. So come along, VIMEO, the deep read, linked down there below. It'll be great to see you there. And my beautiful, I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to leave you, as always, with all my love and a great, great big kiss. Mwah, from me to you. Until next month, my darling. Bye.